Hello everyone, Railgan here again with another ZvT game. Today we're playing on the new patch again. Against that Terran again, my friend Cody, the GM Terran. And we're going to have another look at Mech. In a bit of a different game, a bit of a wilder game, a bit of a more crazy game. So we're starting off with Reaper against the pool hatch, gas hatch opener that I like to do. A little bit weird, I know, but let's see how it plays out. Well, my toolings go across the map, kill the marine, kill the SCV, and kill another SCV. Then they block the factory a little bit, and I see that the factory is building something, so it's most likely the good old Heliones. And they go across the map, right? And they usually hit around the 4-minute mark if you want to know the timing. Like a little bit before the 4-minute mark is when they are in your base. At least that's the case for me usually. I'm going up to my 5 queens again that we already saw in the replay yesterday. And I'm struggling quite a bit against the Reaper Hellion right now. I'm trying to be a little bit too aggressive perhaps. I'm actually losing that one queen. And last game, the follow-up to the Hellion pressure was a Banshee. This time he's actually using a Liberator of the starport, so no add-on on the starport. Double factory into mass Hellion yet again though. And he's going to abuse this position over here, which because I don't have an overlord here, so keep that in mind guys. When you play this map on ladder, place an overlord here, or else you will lose a lot of workers, as am I. Then we also have a Hellion run by over here, but I'm more than ready for this run by. It's just that the Liberator is doing a lot of damage to me and it really shouldn't. So I'm starting to realize that I actually cannot kill this Liberator. So I'm going here, I'm like, Liberator, and then the Liberator's like, yeah. And well, I'm not killing anything, right? How many kills does it have? That's 5 kills right now, one of which I believe was a queen, and then the Hellions kill some more drones. At home I'm going for the lair, or rather, at my other home I'm going for my lair. Now I actually have an overlord in position, but he flies into my main base with his Liberator. I already have a queen waiting here, but yeah, it's there appear to be some issues with the killing of the Liberator. Actually, like, I could kill that Liberator, but I thought he had range, because I don't think I can actually see the Liberator. No, I can see it. It just seemed like, no, I cannot see the Liberator, you know? I'm so confused. Oh, I can. Oh, I don't know. Then we have Hellions at the front, we have Liberators at the back, so I'm getting absolutely demolished right now. I don't even have any defense ready for these Hellions, so they're going in, they're going to roast a couple drones. So we're not off to a good start in this game. Really not a good start. The Liberator flies over here again, but this time I have an Overlord ready. So we finally shut that down. We shut down the Hellions in the natural. Actually, I built 7 queens instead of 5 this game, so more queens on my side. And what now? The Terran doesn't have a third base necessarily. He's going for Cyclone Hellion right now. I'm building the Spire again because Terranenta, yeah, right? We talked about it last game. Mech struggles quite a bit against air. I'm actually behind in workers, behind in supply. What I do have is a whole lot of gas. Now, I cannot actually use the gas if I don't have any minerals, so that's obviously an issue. Not sure how he is like, I think his spider senses were tingling and he was like, there has to be an overlord there, so he pulled his entire army there to go and kill it. Saturation wise, I'm now on 3 base saturation, about at the 9-minute mark, which is definitely not when you want to be on 3 base saturation. We're actually in even worker counts, and Terran also has mules. So if you have a look at the income, I'm behind income wise. which is not good. On the plus side, he is of course mining out his main, and that's quite nice for me. Or bad, because it means that he already mined more than I did. Now, I made a lot of mutas, like a really a lot of mutas. And right here we're going to see the Mutalisk against the Viking Cyclone. So some of you might be worried about the Cyclone being too good against the Mutalisk and you not being able to go mutas, but it's really not the case. Like, it tickles. Like, look at this. Like, they cannot even kill a single one muta down. Okay, they killed one Mutalisk, but they are so bad against the Mutalisk because their DPS is really low. It feels like it does like 1/3 of the damage it used to do. So we already dealt a pretty huge blow right there. I have a lot of Mutalisks on the field, and last game we went for Ling, Hydra, Baneling, and with some Swarmhost. I think I'm actually going to do the same again in this game. I'm going to speed it up a little bit right now because I don't think there's too much excitement happening. I'm going for the Hive, I'm building the Hydralisk, then I'm getting the Hydralisk upgrades and the armor upgrades, sending some Banelings in, throwing away a couple Links, trying to get a good trade if possible. Building more Links because I just threw away all my Links, and building Swarmhost. The Swarmhost. Now what is the Swarmhost bad against? So it's bad against Tors because they blow it up. With their... Like, the Tor attack does a lot of splash, so the Swarmhosts in the air, the Locusts, die rather quickly. And of course Hellbats, because the Swarmhost lands on the Hellbat and then they just one-shot them. So Mass Hellbat definitely sounds like something dangerous. Now, I think he sees the Swarmhost here unless he's completely blind. Kind of positioning myself to eventually attack him. I figured he's probably going to attack this base, also taking the base up there and here. So against Mech, what I like to do is just expand in every direction, as you saw last game. So next I'm going to expand here, then here. I just kind of expand everywhere and hope that he does not shut down every single base. With a good Terran, we'll be able to place a Liberator here, 4 Hellions here, a Liberator here, 4 Hellions here. And then I will just kind of harass you with units all the time and you lose a lot of workers. Now we're going to see the big engagement, right? So the Terran is in a pretty bad position. Like, the Hellions mostly died against the Banelings. The Swarmhosts land on top of his army. The Locusts, sorry, I always call them Swarmhosts, and he's kind of getting cleaned up right here. I didn't have too many Hydras, and of course all my Mutalisks died. Now, if the Locusts actually were living beings and not just... Well, actually they are living beings, but like beings without a timed life. I'm not sure if that trade would have been that great. But because the Locusts, they kind of die off after a time and respawn after a really long time. It's kind of okay, right? And I know that engagement was not really favorable for the Terran, but I'm kind of happy with the way it went. I'm using Ling Hydra Baneling to clean everything up, and then the Swarmhosts are going over into his main base to drop off some Locusts, because I think the game is over, honestly. But yeah, as a follow-up, if I would not kill him right now, I would just go for Swarmhost, for Broodlords, which are another unit that I really like. So that's pretty much it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope I'll see you guys tomorrow. The replay down below. Bye!